Good morning to y'all. You know, I was just sitting here thinking, just rocking in my old rocking chair right here on my front porch and just thinking about regrets. Now, I don't regret at all coming all the way out here to this hot and dry land of Texas. And I don't regret the way that I got out here running from that orphanage the way that I did. And what with having to hold on to that covered wagon like I did for dear life. I don't even regret one moment of the adventure, I sure don't. And too, I don't regret all the cooking and baking and sewing that I had to do for those fellas early on during my initial time after stealing away to come out here. No siree, I sure don't. I guess I could rightly say that I can even look back on that time and figure that I pretty much got to where I was a-running to when I was a-running away. Now, all that I do not regret, not 1 minute of it, not at all, not any of that. But there are some things that occurred once I got out here that I do sort of regret. But to go back and change matters is nothing less than impossible. So that does make my regrets all the more regrettable, you know. But it's like what most folks say, that they too wish they could go back and they could change some things in their past. I know, because I've talked to enough folks around here to have some pretty darn good wisdom on that topic of regrets. Let me tell you, yep, they all get teary-eyed and they'll moan and groan and they'll even hold their middle and turn all pale and they'll just wish away that they had some way that they could go back and do it all over again another way, whatever it was. It sure is sad whenever they speak of that one certain time that they didn't do something because at the time it was in their power to have done something about the matter. Oh, they'll cry and they'll say that they sure should have done something because they could have done something if only they would have done something. Those terrible regrets just seem to plague them the rest of their born days. And they'll just carry on repeating that sad old group of words, I shoulda, and I coulda, if only I woulda. And unlike being true to my nature of giving good advice, I always was amiss to give them any good advice at those certain times. I mean, those events had done come and gone, and were now only their bad memories, just a part of their past, and there was no turning back. And what was done, you see? So all I ever did was just sit back and smile, ever so slightly, like I had a mind full of wisdom that I could have shared, and probably should have shared, if only I would have shared it with them. But I just chose to refrain and didn't say any of that wisdom. Sad to say, and much to my regret now, at those times of their regretting, I merely would sit back and rock in my rocking chair, and when they finally stopped a-moaning and a-groaning over their regrets, I just say that at least they had learned a good lesson, however hard taught it had come to them, and they'd know better from then on concerning a circumstance such as that, whatever it was. Now, as I said, I always made them think I did have much more on my mind to say to them than what I had decided to come out with and say. Yep, I caused them to think that I had decided that it was best that I refrain myself for fear of hurting even more their poor old self-inflicted wounds that they were already a-nursing, being so sincerely reflecting back on that one sad mistake day after day, month after month, and even year after year, it seemed. So after many years of my own personal reflections of wishing I would have said something when I could have said something and I should have said something, I decided finally for me it was enough. Enough now of this wallowing in my regrets. And to make myself feel better about not ever saying nothing of great wisdom but simply giving out very little substance to them, I set myself down and I wrote myself a little poem for how I felt. And that's what I always do when I get sad and blue. I'll write me a poem to cheer myself up. See there? It's just in my system to write me some poetry. So I think I'll just go on and share with you all the little rhyme that I had constructed when I was reflecting on this here matter of should have done something when one could have done something if only they would have done something at the time. So here goes. It is thoughtfully entitled, It is thoughtfully entitled, People Are So Strange. So here we go. People are made just so unique. No two folks have the same technique. Yep, everyone is certainly one of a kind. Not any two alike do I ever find. They will do the weirdest things in life. They'll pout a bunch, but they'll cause some strife. And then they'll go and defend their own actions, no matter about all the other sad reactions. At the time, it just seemed right in their head what they've done or thought or said. Now, I can't imagine one in their right mind doing things that are so unkind. Yet while we're all living on this old earth, mistakes are made as life's unfurled. Some don't mind at all appearing so strange, and some act plumb crazy, bordering on deranged. Though others sure think that I'm the dope, there's 3 in this world that do give me hope. And those 3 are me, myself, and I. It is my wise personality who really does try. It's so pathetic that others can't see that mine's the personality that theirs should be. Oh, I can't be bothered with their distress and storms. I only know it's my temperament that should be the norm. Well, there you go. Don't y'all feel better now? Bye. Be seeing y'all.